Frankie and Tubbs by YouTube brought Tanks and Tutties. Is this to listening your whenever, evening, good afternoon, good morning, good. For those of you that are wondering, I am not stupid or have a concussion. That was our intro backwards. Decided to spice it up for this wonderful episode today. Like I told you before when I was practicing, it hurts my throat to do that, and I'll never do it again. But we had to do it once. Anyways, welcome to Tanks and Tutties, brought to you by Tubbs and Frankie. This week, it's going to be a long recap. We had the long weekend, so we got to talk about Thanksgiving, shopping, football, lots of football. And then we got some college football, NFL, and you guys know. We're both very excited. There's obviously some big news for each of us. So we're going to save those for when we get to those points. So let's just start with, hey, how was your Thanksgiving break?
My Thanksgiving was pretty nice. I went home to Wisconsin Wednesday. The 5-hour drive, what it usually takes 5 hours, took me 7.5, so that was not fun.
Wow.
Yeah, but got home Wednesday night, went out to the bars with some of my friends to celebrate my birthday. Nothing like being back home in the bars. And then Thursday, watched some football, had Thanksgiving meals, watched my bets just crumble as... If you didn't know, Wisconsin is not a legal betting state, so I had to place all my bets before I got there. So as I'm driving out of Michigan, placed all of my bets for the entire weekend, about $250 worth of bets.
Betting and driving?
No comment. Let's just say it wasn't very good. I probably should have just focused on the road a little bit more. Bets were terrible. Anyways, Friday, didn't do much. Saturday, just kind of chilled, went down to Madison, and then Sunday, spent my time driving back home with Red Zone and Sunday NFL Ticket on my phone while I was driving. So
it sounds like you did less driving and more phoning while driving.
Well, you see, getting out of Michigan takes me about an hour and a
911,
half.
I'd like to report a texting and driving.
No. No, it takes me about an hour and a half to get out of Michigan, so I had about an hour and a half to get all of my weekend bets in, so kind of had to go quick with it. Probably part of the reason why they were so bad.
So I've been thinking. I always ask you how your weekend was. You never ask me. I always just go.
How was your weekend?
Hey, thanks, man. First off, I want to apologize right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm currently eating dinner. So if you hear a spoon hitting a plate, I apologize. I got some mashed potatoes and some pizza sliders.
Got to keep the tanks and the tanks and tutties,
The tank has to stay, and I got a little bit late start today, but... Anyways, my Thanksgiving was absolutely awesome. Wednesday, like you said, it's Blackout Eve. Or no, it's Thanksgiving Eve, but it's Blackout Night. So it was actually the first time I've ever gone out on Thanksgiving Eve, and it was a blast.
It's the biggest bar night of the year.
Tubbs got way too drunk. Also, it didn't help that before I went out, I went and played poker with some buddies, and I absolutely ran it. Excuse me. I won every pot. I think I walked out of there up almost $200, and I proceeded to spend it all at the bar. So I technically didn't profit anything. But free drinks all night.
I was going to say, that's free drinks.
Yep.
What's better than free drinks?
Woke up Thursday morning, stayed the night at my buddy's house, and was not feeling good, to say the least. It was the worst hangover I've had since probably freshman year of college. Don't drink underage, kids. And I had to go on an hour-and-a-half car ride, so that sucked. I couldn't fall asleep.
That's a bad combo.
Yeah, I couldn't fall asleep. I was thinking I'll sleep it off. So, I got to my grandma's house, and the Lions are on, and I'm like, okay, this will help. So I drank a little bit of wine. I'm watching the Lions, and we'll get into that game later. And then Friday, I actually got to go to the I didn't do any shopping. Did you do any shopping? Black Friday shopping?
No, I did not. We just have a bunch of small stores in town, and I really didn't feel like driving 30, 35 minutes just to get to the big stores.
Right.
And, yeah.
Also, everything that's good is online now. I didn't buy a single thing. I'm honestly at the age now where I can just buy stuff when I want it. And I've started to realize these deals aren't that crazy unless you're buying something crazy expensive, which I wasn't. So.
Like a TV or a gaming system,
right, if you're
something
getting
like that.
Yep,
yeah.
And I didn't need any of that, so I think I bought a bar of soap that was on sale, so that was sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, yep.
Well, for me, at this point in my life, I don't know where I'm going to be in the next 6 months, so, my Christmas list when my parents ask me, it's not house stuff, it's not, video game stuff, It's, clothes. Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
So anyways, Friday I woke up real early, got down to Detroit for the Michigan State Championships for football. I got a group of buddies that go down every year. They watch all the games, and then they stay in Greektown at the casino there. And they invited me They invited me last year. I didn't go, and I missed out. So I went this year. We watched 3 games of the 4. We missed the first game. The first game was the best one. It was a 6-point game with a late touchdown to go ahead and take the lead. And the other 3 were all blowouts, so that was shitty. But we went to the casino after, and I had a little bit of a night sports betting. I had Purdue moneyline. They were big-time underdogs against Zaga. They lost. What else? MSU spread. That hit. Parlayed those 2. That was great. And then proceeded to lose just under half of my winnings on roulette, blackjack, and slots. So I did it all.
Roulette always gets you.
Yep. And then Saturday, Sunday, I had another family Thanksgiving, watched some football, nothing crazy there. But I do want to mention that I am a tank, and here's why. Wednesday night, 4 hours of sleep. Thursday night, what did I get? 5 hours of sleep. And then Friday night, 5 more hours for a total of 14 in 3 days. And if that's not a tank, I don't know what. And like all tanks, I have to recharge, you could say. Saturday, I went to bed at 10. So,
now I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure the recommended per night is 8. And if I do my math correct, 2 days of 8 hours of sleep would lead to about, give or take, 16.
Give or take.
My math's not always right, so
yes.
I like to give myself some wiggle room.
Right. Yeah, no, I was definitely under the recommended, and I did not feel good on Saturday, but I toughed it out. I watched a movie at my family Thanksgiving, and then I knocked out in the second one. I couldn't believe when they queued up a second movie. I was like, there's football on, we could watch that, but no, we were watching a movie. Knocked out. Absolutely crushed.
I see this guy in the background. Did he have any suggestions on movies?
Nope. He wanted to watch football with me as well, so... for those who, actually nobody can see, Papa Tubbs is in the background loading up the mini fridge. He just gave a wave. He said, how y'all doing? While he's here, actually, I might as well mention, long time ago, like months ago, we were asking people to text in their long shots, locks, whatever, and Papa Tubbs did say he wants to take Michigan to repeat as Big Ten champs as his long shot. He was correct. Wow, whoa. Let me calm down there. They're in the championship this weekend against Purdue. Tough matchup. So we'll see. We'll mention it next week. Just going to throw it out there, though. He did say that months ago.
Are we sure he didn't mean for basketball?
100% did not mean basketball. I know that. What's he doing now? Oh, he's giving a little fist bump. Okay, and he's leaving. So my locks, I had Pats +3 last week against the Vikings. We'll take the L there. We lose our winning streak. I think I was on a month winning streak, 4 straight episodes. That one was tough. Hunter Henry had that touchdown that should have been a touchdown that wasn't. But that's fine. This week, we're going to call this a heart week because we are going all heart, lock and long shot. We're taking Michigan -16.5 against Purdue in the championship. You'll see when I get to the long shot. I think they win by a lot more than that. We looked so goddamn good against Ohio State. I'm going to save it because that's right next after locks and long shots. So right into the long shot, I took Pat's money line. That was a loss. But I did also have Michigan money line, and that hit. So we'll take the split there on the long shots. 16-11 on locks now and 9-14 on the long shots. We're still waiting on Portugal to win the World Cup. They did qualify for the knockout stage, so sweet.
One step closer.
I counted Corum as a loss on the Heisman because I figure he's not going to get it now that he's pretty much missed 2 games in a row. Also Caleb Williams.
I was going to say Caleb Williams is the Heisman.
Yeah, he locked it up, especially with Stroud looking like shit. So my long shot this week, staying with the championship game, we're taking Michigan -25.5, alternate spread, alternate over of 55.5, +425. I think this is going to be like a 56-14 game, honestly. Michigan's going to hit the over on their own and cover the spread. It's going to be high scoring. Purdue sucks. We're going to blow them out of the water. Fun fact also, we'll save that for the end because we're going to do a little weekend preview. But why don't you tell us about your locks and long shots so I can finish up this food?
So if I told you that I had another void on my lock, what would you say?
When you told me, I was shocked.
This is what, three weeks in a row now? We've had a
Yep.
voided lock.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had Bears plus 4.5 last week against the Jets. And then after I took that as my lock, both Justin Fields and Zach Wilson were announced out. Zach Wilson, obviously not the same reason as Justin Fields. But the whole basis of the bet was that Justin Fields was going to cover against Zach Wilson. So I'm completely avoiding that. If I would have known Mike White was going to start, I 100% would have taken the Jets.
We're going to allow that void, even though real man would count it as a loss, but we'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Anyways, that void keeps my record at 9-11-1 for the third week straight. I really hate this.
That's a bad number.
It's horrible. Maybe that's why it keeps getting voided.
Yeah, they're like, you're going to stay. You're going to stay.
But this week, Bengals +2 against the Chiefs. Now, a lot of you are probably looking at this and saying there's no way the Chiefs are one of the best teams in the NFL. Yeah, well, so are the Bengals. And fun fact, Burrow is going to attempt to beat Mahomes and be the only quarterback to beat Mahomes 3 times. Also, newsflash, Jamar Chase is back, potentially.
I was going to say, I don't think it's confirmed yet.
Joe Mixon might also be back.
Joe Mixon is likely to play, I saw.
Yes. So I love the Bengals this week. I think they might actually win this game. It's also at home in Cincy. It's going to be a great game. But I like the Bengals +2. Long shots. I am now 6-13-3. This last week I had the U.S. money line against the Brits. They tied, so we actually will take a push on this one.
When you can bet a tie, it's not a push.
See, that's.
I say this because no,
this
I
is
only
where it
say
gets
this.
tricky. No, I know, but I'm
I
pretty
only
sure
say this because I was in Detroit. I took USA money line at the sports book, and guess what? I didn't get a push.
I understand.
Did you get your money back on DraftKings?
I did.
You
on
did?
DraftKings, I did the draw no bet.
Okay, but you didn't. I'll let you have it. We're spending too much time on this.
Okay, so we'll count that one as a tie. Then I had Michigan money line, huge dub. Wish I was in a legal state to actually put money on it. I would have been rich. Anyways, 6-13-3. Getting back on the wagon. USA money line. No better time to be more patriotic. Give me it against Netherlands on Saturday, +360. Don't care how good Netherlands is. Don't care if Pulisic is out. Got to be patriotic here. Get it now. It's probably going to drop because 93% of the money was on the U.S. today, and I would assume it's probably going to be pretty similar to that.
Yep.
Also with this one, this is just a straight money line. They have to win in 90 minutes. This is no
pushes on this one.
No pushes on this one. This is win or loss.
And if they go in, you know what? I'll tell you what right now. Remember this because I'll forget. If they go to extra time / penalties and they win, I'll let you take a push. Fuck it.
So if they win not in regular time.
Yep.
No, I don't want to push. I want to win or loss.
Okay, you want a loss there? Okay. Right.
I want to win or loss.
Well, the state, they're not going to win in extras. No way.
No, they're going to win in 90.
Exactly. Let's go!
USA!
USA! Hey, that game, did Pulisic end up finishing it or no?
He did not play the second half today.
Okay.
Apparently, it's an abdomen injury. I think it's
his testicle.
Yeah, they just didn't want to talk about him injuring his dick. So, you know what?
Broken cock.
Big Cat said it. I'll say it too. He can have mine.
Oh, absolutely. I think almost anyone in America would offer. You know, I'll give him half.
If it gets him,
take me down to like.
I don't know if that's enough. Half yours is about a quarter of his. So.
You think he's that big?
I mean, he's bigger than 3 inches, I'm sure.
All right, are we set there now?
I think we're good.
Yep. I mentioned Papa Tubbs. All right, my favorite part of the episode right here, boys. Let's go blue! What a fucking... Sorry for your heads. That was loud. What a fucking game. Oh, my God. This game was up and down to start. It was a defensive battle. And then, bang, Cornelius Johnson, like fucking 60-yard touchdown. And then, boom, another one, 80-yard touchdown. And then at halftime, we're down 3. And I honestly told my dad, I said, look, Corum's out. I said, we're losing this game because it's going to come down to who has the ball last. It's going to be a shootout. If we don't make adjustments, we lost. RIP. I'm going to be pissed at Thanksgiving. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Dude, they came out that second half looking so damn good. Oh, my God. And honestly, the defense looked like shit. Ohio State moved the ball however they wanted, wherever they wanted, until they got to about the 30-yard line of Michigan, and then we shut them down. And that's great. That is great. That's a winning formula, and it worked. And J.J. McCarthy, who I've been dick riding since he committed, honestly, who hadn't looked good all season except for in Hawaii game, but who gives a shit about that one? Dude's a dog. Dude's a dog. I've convinced myself that Harbaugh purposely shit the pass game with his calls this year. He called shitty pass plays just so Ohio State didn't expect it. Because look how that worked out. Ohio State stacked the box. We had no run game. JJ's just boom, 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 boom. And then, dude, the jump pass on 3rd and 1. How big are your nuts, Harbaugh? Where's your wheelbarrow hiding to carry your fucking nuts? Because what a play call. And honestly, I don't know who that kid was that threw it, but you got to work on your form. That should have been a touchdown right there. They ended up scoring a touchdown, so it's all good. I'll let it fly. But the past 2 seasons in the Michigan-Ohio State game, Michigan has dominated the second half. I saw all the stats. It's just insane. We've got like 400 rushing yards in the second half, like 6 rushing touchdowns, and Ohio State's got like 4 turnovers or some shit. I don't know. Excuse me. Just pure domination. I'm so excited. I can't wait for the championship game this Saturday. I can't wait for the college football playoff, hopefully. And let's talk about that real quick. The way I think it's going to shake out, if Michigan and TCU don't lose, they're going to be 2-3. Unless Georgia loses, then Michigan might jump to 1. No, Michigan will jump to 1 if Georgia loses. But they're playing LSU, who just lost to A&M. Not scared. I think Michigan can beat TCU. I think TCU's defense is so bad that Michigan will move the ball however they want, and TCU hasn't played a defense like Michigan's yet. As long as we can get pressure on the quarterback, it's going to be a great game. I think it'll be fun, and we're going to roll. We're going to go to the national championship. My heart can be broken. I'll get my hopes up. I'll probably take their money line, and I'll be pissed. So that's my thoughts there. Also, fuck Ryan Day. Ever since he said we're going to hang 100 on him, guess what? You're 0-2. Go fuck yourself.
That dude was born on third base and thinks that he hit a triple. Definition.
I love that quote. I love that. Yeah, and C.J. Stroud, I don't want the Lions to take him. I thought I wanted the Lions to take a shot on him, but honestly, in the back of my head, I was like, Ohio State quarterbacks never work out. Look how he looked. He did not look good. First half, C.J. Stroud looked okay, but, dude, second half, bad. 2 picks. The one where he was falling forward, needed a little flip. What are you doing, dude? Just go down. Should have had a fumble as well that didn't get called. I think the refs just felt bad for him. And it's 2 years in a row now I've been able to go on Twitter after this game because normally I stay away because we lose and I get pissed and I don't want to see the tweets, but I am loving it. It's amazing. So championship preview, I was a little bit terrified on Saturday. There was a chance we were going to have to play Illinois. There was a chance. And I was like, oh, shit, neutral field. Look what they did to us at our home. But we were looking forward to Ohio State. And the way that we look, it's so crazy that we almost lose to Illinois. Like, we scratch and claw to beat Illinois. And then we just beat Ohio State, no problem. Like, it looked like a problem first half, but second half, we ran away with it. So I'm gonna call. You know what? I'm gonna call it. We beat the shit out of them. I'm gonna say that. Before we get into your big news, do you think Ohio State goes to 5 or 6?
Oh, I think we get.
Because I think you would agree it'd be Georgia, Michigan, TCU, USC, correct?
Yes.
Do you think they're going to put Bama at 5?
No, I don't think they put a 2-loss Bama over a 1-loss OSU.
So you say OSU 5, Bama 6?
I think so.
I think, first I want to start with
I will say I'm
Penn
very
State.
terrified of how close Bama is to be back in this shit.
Penn State deserves some credit because their 2 losses are to Ohio State and Michigan, number 2, and we'll say top 6. I think if you're going to put a 2-loss team in, I think it has to be Penn State. If you're going to put a 2-loss team in. Because they all have actually, I also agree that Ohio State would probably get in. But it's a bad look when you get blown out at home after winning every game by double digits. If it was at Michigan, I think Ohio State gets in no problem if one of the top 4 loses. But the fact that it was at home, and it was a perfect day. Like, because they always talk about the weather. Like, oh, last year was cold and snowy, blah, blah, blah. We had the flu, whatever. It was perfect weather. It was like 58 and sunny. So,
Yeah, there's no excuses for that one.
I think OSU goes 5. I think Bama's at 6, and Penn State's at 7. But I would like to see Penn State ahead of Bama. No, actually, I can't say that because Bama lost to who?
LSU
Tennessee.
and Tennessee.
And LSU. And LSU's 3 losses now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. It starts soon, right? 7 o'clock. It's 6:45 right now. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So let's get on to you now. Wisconsin, out of the blue, hires Luke Fickle from Cincinnati. What do you think?
I'm not going to lie. I had no idea this was coming. I don't think really many people had any idea this was coming. And at first when I heard it, I didn't really know how to feel. Like, I think it's... I've now changed my mind. I think it's a great hire. At first, I was kind of just like... It was in our group chat. Everyone was like, oh my God, Wisconsin's hiring Luke Fickle. And I was like, where did you see this? Like, what are you talking about? Kind of like in denial.
Frankie had no idea, and me and our other buddy are just like, it's everywhere. Like, it was all over my Twitter.
I was also
couldn't
driving.
believe it wasn't on yours. That's true.
I was also driving. But at first I was kind of sad because it was like, well, shit, like, what does that mean for Jim Leonhard? And, like, I love Jim Leonhard and don't want him to go anywhere. But also Wisconsin needed to evolve. And I think hiring somebody like Luke Fickle is a great step in evolving to become one of those top teams. I mean, you look at the programs Fickle turned down to then take this job. Turned down Notre Dame. Turned down USC. He turned down LSU. And he turned down Oklahoma to now take the Wisconsin job.
But here's the thing. That was when his team was just rolling. They went 9-3 this year and didn't look good. So I think that's what pressured him into leaving. I think he could have went to USC and made a lot more money, or Notre Dame. But
Absolutely.
honestly, amazing get by Wisconsin. And I think, back to your Jim Leonhard point, I think they need to try everything in their power to keep him as D coordinator.
I agree.
If not, Green Bay needs to go after him because holy shit, that defense is bad. We'll get into that later. But
yeah, so the first, like, one of the biggest things I'm hearing right now, which I 100% agree with, is that Wisconsin and Luke Fickle need to do everything that they can to retain Jim Leonhard as their defensive coordinator. Do I think it'll be difficult? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, Jim Leonhard had no idea this was coming. Apparently, when they announced that they were hiring Fickle, a bunch of people in Jim Leonhard's camp said that they were completely blindsided and had no idea this was coming. Not a good look on Wisconsin. But you also have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And
Fickle is a much better head coach than Leonhard. I mean, Leonhard
I
doesn't
agree.
have
He's
the
more
experience.
proven. Yeah. More proven and everything.
Yeah.
I also love the fact that Fickle is bringing his not his defensive coordinator, his strength and conditioning coach, and I believe it's 2 of his top recruiters, which I don't know about you, but if you look, Wisconsin's recruits have been dog shit.
Well,
like we're losing pipeline players.
Graham Mertz was a great get, and he was supposed to be good, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, I get that.
That takes me to my next question. Do you think Mertz stays, or do you think he goes?
I think he stays. I know when Fickle had his press conference, they said 75% of the team was there, I think, or something like that.
Let me tell you my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out as a lock, actually. I'm going to add this to my locks. Graham Mertz transfers. And let me tell you why.
I think I know what you're going to say.
It's nothing crazy. It's like super justified. Luke Fickle is going to want to make a statement, and it's going to have to be his quarterback. He's going to go and find a quarterback that he loves, whether it's through the transfer portal.
Fun fact, he has a quarterback.
Huh?
Fun fact, he has a quarterback.
From Cincinnati?
A 4-star Ohio recruit.
That's what I'm saying. He could take his recruits with him, or there's that Cade McNamara guy laying around. He just seems like the perfect Wisconsin quarterback.
He does. He does actually kind of fit the mold as much as I hate it. If you guys didn't see
Cade McNamara enter the transfer portal, saw it coming after the leg injury and JJ taking over. We got him for another year. But I think that could be that's a good get. He's a decent quarterback. He just isn't going to make that oh my God play. But he's basically Graham Mertz, but probably a little bit more accurate. But it's a risk because he had that leg injury. He just had surgery. So I'm not saying it's going to be him, but I think Fickle's going to want to start with his quarterback, make a statement. I'm not here to fuck around. Let's win some games. And I'm not going to do it yet, but don't be surprised if Wisconsin wins the West next year.
Yeah, I've been doing some deep diving on Twitter recently, and there was somebody had tweeted they found this recruit's Twitter from Ohio, the quarterback, 4-star quarterback, whatever, and they went to his likes, and somebody had tweeted, like, wouldn't be surprised if Luke Fickle gets him to decommit and then recommit to Wisconsin, like brings him with. And the quarterback liked that tweet. Not saying what's going to happen, but I would say that's a pretty good sign that was mainly committing to Cincinnati for Luke Fickle, and now that Luke Fickle is gone, he's probably rethinking that.
I think
you never know. I mean, I could see Mertz staying and being the starter, and then giving this kid some time. Maybe they redshirt him something.
That's the other thing is if they go
really
with
depends
the
on how good this kid is.
If they go with the recruit, they're not going to start him right away. You don't really do that anymore with a freshman. So maybe they hold on to Mertz and he's able to, I don't know, not even Mertz is, but the quarterback's coach and Fickle are able to kind of groom him into what they want. You can redshirt him. So, but there's just so many quarterback openings that I think the transfer portal is going to be fucking hot. I mean, you got Iowa, you got probably MSU, you got Wisconsin. Like just in the Big Ten alone, you got Wisconsin, Iowa, and Michigan State.
Not Michigan. Minnesota,
yeah, and Notre Dame. Like, there's so many, like, of those big programs that need a quarterback because, like, Michigan State's done with Peyton Thorne. He's trash. Wisconsin, I don't think Mertz is necessarily trash. He's just not great. And then Iowa, they had no offense. They need to go get somebody now because that defense is good. Iowa's defense is very good.
Well, and I'm pretty sure Spencer Petras, whatever, I think
might
he's
be
a senior.
Yep, but, I mean, they've got some dudes at running back. They always have a good line. They've got the receivers. They just don't have a quarterback to get them the ball. That's the thing. Like, Iowa should have been competing for the West this year, and they just choked it away.
Yep.
But it's going to be interesting to see, man. Let's stay with the hires, I guess. Nebraska went out and got Matt Rule. Pretty big get for them, honestly. Matt Rule, incredible college coach. Obviously, I don't know what's going to happen now that he's sucked in the NFL, but what he did at Baylor is impressive as fuck. I mean, he took Baylor from nobodies to somebodies, so I'm not saying he can do it at Nebraska, but Nebraska's got the name that you can get recruits, and you've got the name too. You know what I mean? And it only takes a couple big ones to get a couple more and win a couple big games.
This hire is complete opposite of Scott Frost. Like, you think back to Scott Frost. What did Scott Frost prove to anybody that he was deserving of a big hire?
Nothing, because he played in a bullshit division.
Exactly.
He was at UCF. Like, who are they?
Exactly. So he got hired because he took a bad team and won a bunch of games against a bunch of bad teams. And then he shit the bed at Nebraska, and every year was Nebraska's year. But it wasn't.
Nope.
And his recruiting was bad, just completely snowballed, got worse every year. So now you're going out and getting a guy who has proven himself in college. NFL not so much, but that's a completely different game. He has the name to get recruits. He is a defensive-minded coach, which not really sure if Nebraska's defensive-minded, but we'll see.
They should be. Big Ten is always leaning towards
exactly.
defensive.
Like, it's a defensive conference. It should be. So, yeah, I like it. I mean, it's Nebraska, so we'll have to wait and see. But
I think Wisconsin could be good next year, especially with how bad the West is. I think Wisconsin could be good next year.
We have a cupcake schedule. I don't know if you remember me going through that.
Yeah. Wisconsin could be good next year. Honestly, like 2 years, Nebraska could be decent. I'm not going to say good, but they could compete. And I think I don't know how it's going to shake out with UCLA and USC coming, but I think East and West could matter again because it's been a minute since it's mattered. It's been Michigan and Ohio State for the last couple of years, right? 4 years?
Yeah.
3-4 years?
Well, I mean, Wisconsin was competing 2 years ago.
Wisconsin lost
in the West.
And then there was that 1 year that it was Northwestern, Ohio State in the championship.
Northwestern was good for a year.
Yeah. So Big Ten's going to start heating up. It's kind of a soft conference right now, and especially like the good teams beat up on each other. Like Penn State, if they were in the West, this Big Ten championship game would be fucking awesome. But
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's going to be wild once we get UCLA and USC in here.
Yep, and like these two
Become
coaches,
the Big 14.
these two coaches are going to make it interesting. I mean, they were arguably the two best head coaches available out there. I think Luke Fickle's the best, and Matt Rule's right there with him. You know, it's just going to be interesting to see how he does coming off of being so shit with the Panthers.
I'm not going to lie. I did get my hopes up for a while earlier last week when the Lane Kiffin news came out about him potentially leaving Ole Miss.
Yep.
And then they were like, oh, he's going to take the job at whatever school. But that school
Auburn.
also, they're like, Auburn has a coach right now, but that job's going to be open any minute. And then Lane Kiffin's going to take that. And I was like, well, shit, if Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, like, we could throw him an offer out there. Like, it costs a shit ton of money, but that would be
Lane
huge.
Kiffin is a guy that you'd
Can you
love
imagine
to
the
have as a
recruits
coach.
you'd get?
Yeah, you get the recruits. He's fun. He's hilarious. He's a great coach. Who did Auburn end up hiring? Did they get a big hire or
Some
no?
scumbag.
Hugh Freeze, right?
Yes, scumbag.
Yeah, that's who it was. Where was he at before? Was it Liberty?
I believe
Wasn't he at
so.
some weird school? Doesn't
I
matter.
think it was
but
Liberty.
There's that. That's our Auburn talk. Let's kind of fly through these because nothing really matters anymore except for the playoff, really. Spencer Rattler just claimed another top 10 team. He beat Clemson, and he played well. Clemson also, I don't know if you saw it. Did you see their kickoff thing that they did?
No.
So it was early in the game. They went down by like 1 or something, and the guy caught the kickoff. He runs up. They got 3 guys huddled up like they're about to do a huddle. The guy with the ball runs in. They switch the ball so South Carolina doesn't know where it went. The guy that had the ball runs left, so almost everybody follows him except for one guy. And that other dude runs. He's up to the 30, 35. He's trying to juke the guy, and I didn't look close enough, but it looked like he threw the ball forward to try to throw it to his teammate, which is obviously illegal, but it also could have got punched out. I just didn't see it. And then South Carolina recovered it, drove down, scored another touchdown to go up 10.
It's like the fake
go up like
reverse or the reverse kickoff, kind of.
No, like they literally, like it wasn't a reverse though. He just ran straight into this pile of guys and then handed the ball off, and the guy went. It was pretty sweet. And if the guy would have went down, it would have been like, man, that's shifty. They would have got to like the 40. But instead, he tried to make something out of something he didn't need to, I guess. But
Yeah, speaking of South Carolina, I think they're going to be a team to watch here in the next couple of years. I mean,
they lose
What
Rattler
year-
this year.
I was going to say, is Rattler done?
I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, he
Yeah,
can
I
go
take that
pro.
back then.
He might have an extra year. I'm not going to look
Oh.
it up, but
I was going to say, I take that back then because, I mean, they really did, like, I look at their schedule and it wasn't great, but, like, some of the games that they won were decent. I mean, they lost to Arkansas, lost to Georgia, but they beat Kentucky, Texas A&M, who's buns, and then Tennessee and Clemson. Like, those are 4 pretty decent wins. Granted, they went 8-4 and kind of had some ugly losses in there too, like Florida, Missouri, Georgia. They got blown out by Arkansas, but I don't know. I mean, they were scrappy.
we always knew though too that Clemson were frauds.
Yeah.
I didn't think South Carolina was going to beat them, but I mean, they're trash.
Well, and I also didn't think South Carolina would do that after
that's the other one.
last week.
Ayunga Lele, whatever, is probably going to enter the transfer portal because they got that freshman right now that came in, and he's a
Dude,
dog.
he is so bad.
Yeah, but he might go to Notre Dame too. Notre Dame's looking for a quarterback. I know that. I've been seeing it everywhere. I want to get to this one real quick.
Well, wait, before
Oregon-
we get any further, did you see what Ugalugla, whatever his name did?
I know how to say it actually. Let me do it. Ayunga Lele.
There's no N in it, but I think that was close.
I said Ayunga Lele. Ayunga Lele.
I don't know. That was close.
Let's just.
But did you see
fine.
what his
I know how to
stat
say
line was?
Tua's. It's Tagovailoa. What's up?
He went 8 for 29 for 99 yards.
That's like astonishingly terrible.
3.4 yards
Dude,
per completion.
especially like with those receivers he's got all 4 or 5-star receivers that can catch the ball.
27.
there's no way that those-
5.
I refuse to believe that
QBR.
those dudes are not open for you to hit. Like
Yeah,
you're
he
either
had-
not getting through your progressions the right way or something. I don't know. Like, you got to be a special kind of bad to suck at Clemson with those receivers that you probably have. And they're probably going to go to the NFL, and in 5 years, they're going to be the next DeAndre Hopkins. We're going to be like, damn, his quarterback was a young. I want to hit this one. Oregon State. Oregon went up 34-17 with 15, like basically the start of the fourth quarter. And Oregon State came back. They took the lead 38-34 with 8 minutes to go and proceeded to win the game. What the fuck are you doing, Oregon? They were fighting for a playoff chance. Now they're not even in the Pac-12 championship. What the fuck? Or maybe they weren't to begin with, actually, because they were in the same division as the whatevers. But
I had Oregon
it's
State
funny.
spread, so
oh,
I was
nice
pretty
hit.
happy.
It's funny to me, though, because, if Oregon would have won that game, they would have made the Pac-12 championship. But since they lost their tiebreaker, and Utah got in.
Yep.
But anyways, it's funny because my dad, he likes to do like an 8-leg parlay on Saturday, and he'll just take all money lines. And he doesn't realize it yet, but he never hits it because favorites always lose at some point unless you get really lucky. And the last 2 weeks, he's been 1 leg away, and this week it was Oregon. And I'm always like, man, imagine if you just took the underdog. So then Sunday, he took an underdog. What did he hit on? He had the Browns against the Bucks. Or no, the Browns were actually favorites that game. Who did he hit? I don't know. He took an underdog.
The Bucks were favorites. I had the Bucks money line in a parlay.
Oh, maybe it was the Browns then. I think he took the Browns and that hit, and then he lost on. What did he lose on? I don't know, but he lost a favorite. I should have had that better prepared. My bad. Let's hit these quick because we're gonna go long here. Actually, NFL's not gonna be very long. Yes, it is actually because you got to talk about Okay, so TCU just crushed Iowa State. They're looking good going into the playoffs. It's gonna be an exciting playoff, I think. LSU lost to A&M, basically throwing out their playoff chance. Like, they had a legit chance.
That was the biggest choke.
Yeah, I mean, all you had to do was win that game, and now people are talking about, if they beat Georgia, and of course you're going to have momentum, and they still have to play Georgia, and they're going to get fucking smoked because they're not playing for anything. They're probably going to have a couple guys sit, and they're not playing for shit. So, Tennessee shut out Vandy. Normally I wouldn't talk about this, but so Hendon Hooker's hurt, right? Joe Milton, former Michigan quarterback, couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, right? Tennessee shut him out. They won 56-0. My dumbass, Saturday morning, sees that game, and I'm like, Joe Milton sucks. Vandy plus 14 at home. That's a dub. So I take it, and they lose 56-0 because Vandy can't tackle anybody. Tennessee ran all over them. So that was so bad that I was like, I'm retired, and I'm retired until Saturday.
Tennessee had 362 rushing yards.
I was right about Joe Milton.
151 passing yards. Yeah, Joe Milton, 11 for 21, 147 yards, and 1 touchdown.
I was right about Joe Milton. He couldn't throw, but I forgot that Vanderbilt doesn't know how to defend the run. Stack the box, dude. Joe Milton's not going to beat you. I couldn't believe
this. Might be the craziest stat line of the entire weekend. So Jalen Wright, the running back for Tennessee, 5 carries. 160 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Dude, they literally just kept running.
32-yard average.
Dude, if they were playing Madden, they were just playing halfback slam, and he would just go because the safeties were split, and they couldn't get back to the middle to stop him.
2 of their running backs had a touchdown of over 80 yards, and 3 of their I don't think Small is a running back. He is a running back. 3 of their running backs had a touchdown of over 50 yards.
It's just gross, dude. So yeah, I saw that, and I didn't even bet on Sunday.
31 total rushing attempts, 362 yards for an average of 11.7 yards.
You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm just going to only bet my lock and long shot, and I'm going to do a crazy parlay. No, I'm not anymore because season's over. Thank God college football's over. It burnt me this year. I started out good, and then it just went to shit.
Yeah, mine was back and forth. I started out very hot and then just kind of evened out.
And NFL's getting weird, so I think it's good time to just save my money. Last point I had was that USC handled Notre Dame. A lot of people around Notre Dame, myself included. I didn't take them, but I was like, if I was betting something, I'd take Notre Dame. USC handled them. They're looking good coming in the playoff.
Did you know Caleb Williams is not eligible for the draft?
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, so we have a whole
insane.
Nother year of him at USC.
Yep.
Nuts.
Which is great for the Lions. Nice segue. If the Lions just hold off, don't draft a quarterback this year, deal with Goff again, or get Lamar Jackson. Deal with Goff again. You've got Caleb Williams. There's another one. Who's the other one? Help me out here. There's one more good one.
I mean, that's not eligible?
Yeah. Fuck. There's one more good one. Anyways, you'll
I don't
have
know.
somebody break out. And then I also thought J.J. McCarthy will be eligible next year. Maybe they'll see. I don't want the Lions to take him, actually, though, because I think he's a little undersized. But I think Michigan needs to realize, hey, Corum wouldn't get hurt if we threw the ball every now and again because J.J.'s pretty good. And I forgot to mention this. Last college football point. Immediately after the game, like within an hour, an Ohio State recruit that was at the game flipped to Michigan.
2 of them.
No, yep, the second one was later in the day. But there was one within an hour of the game, and he flipped. So we got 2 recruits from Ohio coming to Michigan, and today we had a third from Ohio.
Yikes.
I'm telling you, dude, this
That
is
the
like
cherry on top.
I think this is the turning point, and I'm getting very fucking excited because we looked great last year. We looked great this year. Let's not play a cupcake schedule anymore the first 3 games because the start of the year was slow. But it's getting exciting. World Cup real quick. USA. 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 We advanced. Drew against England. Needed to win today against Iran. We showed them motherfuckers how to do it, and I ran away. And we're moving on to the knockout stage.
It was very nerve-wracking.
Dude, I haven't even seen that last play yet that you guys were all freaking out. I can't find it anywhere because I was working out. Do you want to explain
Here,
it for
let
the
me.
people?
Yes. So, Iran comes down with the ball.
Iran.
I got corrected so many times today. Saying
you?
Iran? Yes.
Oh shit! I didn't know that actually.
Crossed it in, and one of Iran's players came in, went to kick the ball and got tripped in air quotes. He kind of got pulled by the shoulder a little bit, but no call. Looked more like a slide, anyways.
Was it in the box?
It went. Yeah.
Oh,
it went
shit.
into the keeper's hands, like down by the ground. And the guy that was sliding hit the ball, cleats up, also hit the goalie with both feet. Should possibly been a card on the Iran guy.
Yep.
Ball starts rolling through the goalie's legs towards the goal. Luckily, a U.S. defender came in and cleared it out.
Wow.
This is in like the 95th minute.
Right.
We're playing
Wasn't there
90
9 minutes
plus
of stoppage?
9. Yes.
Yeah. That's insane. 9 minutes of stoppage. Most I've ever
Like-
seen is like 7.
Everybody that doesn't know soccer that was watching the game today at work was like, dude, why don't they just try to go score? And I was like, because if you try to go score, you're leaving yourself open to get scored on. And like
Right.
at this point, we have the lead. You might as well just possess
waste
the
time.
ball
Yep.
and try to run the clock out as much as you can.
That would have been such a sad loss because the U.S. was dominating that first half. I watched the whole first half. Dominated, dude. They should have scored. They should have been up 3-0 at halftime. Like, that offsides was close, but they said they reviewed it, whatever.
Yeah,
But
I don't think they did. I think that was horse shit.
if
I do-
we would have, that's the thing too, is if we would have drew, we would have fucking missed the knockout stage.
Yep.
Like, it was a must win. They got it done. I hope they beat Netherlands because I think there's a chance they play England in the round of 8, or in the round. Is it called round of 8?
I'm not sure.
You know
the
what?
Elite Eight.
It's soccer now, so it's the Elite 8, bitch. I just
I
want
will
to beat
say-
England so bad, so we can. I'm buying a. It's soccer now. Sure, I'm doing it.
I might start posting my soccer pics on our Twitter.
You have been
because
fucking hot.
I have been on fire. Today
Why
I
don't
hit.
you read the ones today real quick?
Yeah, so today I hit Netherlands win to 0, so basically they just needed to win, and then both teams to not score, only one team to score, which Netherlands won 3-0, 2-0.
Yep.
Then I had a same game parlay, Netherlands to win by 2+, and Qatar under a half goal, that hit. Then I had 3 correct scores for the Netherlands-Qatar game. I had 2-0 at plus 600, that hit. 2-1 Netherlands didn't hit, 3-0 Netherlands didn't hit, but we hit the plus 600s, that was huge. Then I had a 3-leg parlay, US, England, Netherlands, those all hit. That was a nice little plus 318 hit. And then we had a big, I went balls to the walls on the US, 5 units, USA money line, that hit. Then I had a same game parlay for the US-Iran game. Both teams to score no. Over 4.5 USA corners and USA or tie. That hit as a parlay. I'm up like 23 units today on soccer alone. If you're counting.
Awesome. Have a fucking
What a fucking day.
Yeah. I've got the college football playoff up right now, by the way. Tennessee at 7.
Wow.
Yeah, and they only dropped Clemson to 9, and Penn State was 8. They're about to reveal the top 6, so I'll keep you updated there. We got to get going a little bit here, so we'll go quick on the stuff that isn't crazy. Book of Mormoms. Our team is fucking dead. It's trash. Alvin Kamara, Dameon Pierce, and Dalvin Cook combined for what? 7 fucking points? That's an exaggeration. It was more than that.
No,
but not enough.
10, 11 and a half.
Like dude, that's ridiculous. Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, and Dameon Pierce combined for 11.5 points. Trash. So we've given up.
And then we had Isaiah Pacheco on the bench with 13.5. He outscored all of them combined.
Yep, and Watson on the bench. We got another fucking touchdown. We'll get to that later. So we're 5-7 now. We're technically not eliminated, but I mean we're just gonna set our lineups. I'm done. I'm so livid. I have 3 leagues, right, including our co-op one. I'm bounced in the other 2.
We're sitting 10th, and we are
Bama at
1
6.
win. Oh,
so I'm just sick of fantasy football right now. Do you want to start with the Packers? Let's start with the Packers. And I'm just going to interrupt you when they reveal these. Bama's at 6, so go ahead.
So, Packers this week. Another not loss.
That's
Lost
a great
to the
way
Eagles.
to put it.
Yeah, like 2 weeks in a row where we lost but didn't technically lose. Lost to the Eagles on Sunday Night Football. Didn't look great. Lost 40-33. Rodgers got hurt.
5.
Figures.
As we all
Rodgers got hurt. Now, you may be thinking, well, wasn't he hurt before this? Yes, he was. He had a thumb injury. Not just a thumb injury. He's had a fractured thumb, which most of the time requires surgery. Rodgers is choosing not to have surgery.
More ayahuasca for the boy.
Maybe. I have a theory as to why he's not taking surgery, which I will get into. No. He injured his oblique, left the game like mid-4th quarter. Jordan Love came in. This is where we get the win of the week. Jordan Love's the future of this team. He looked fantastic.
Let's pause real quick. I think his first drive he looked fantastic. After that he looked good. I won't
see. So here was my comparison. He came in. He went 6 for 9. Nice. 113 yards.
Stop
before
you go. Top 4 is exactly as we expected. Georgia 1, Michigan 2, TCU 3, USC 4.
Perfect.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So anyways, Jordan Love came in 6 for 9. Nice. 113 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. QBR of 94.2. Looked great. Here is my comparison. Jordan Love is the right-handed replica of Tua Tagovailoa.
Interesting comparison. Interesting.
So
you think he's going to have a trash rookie year? Or, well, he doesn't have a rookie year anymore. Trash first year? First full year?
It's not even about that. It's not about that. This is... Everybody was like, he didn't throw deep. He was just dumping it off. He was throwing the intermediate passes, 10 to 20 yards, whatever. They were spot on for the first drive. Started getting a little deeper on the second drive, kind of tested him. I think Jordan Love is made to make those intermediate passes. Tua Tagovailoa, the most accurate quarterback on intermediate passes. Heard that stat this weekend. We also have the perfect receivers for intermediate passes. He loves throwing to Christian Watson. Christian Watson has now proven himself to be fast as fuck, a huge body, and has great hands.
Yep.
I also think Jordan Love has the arm to just absolutely fucking sling the ball down the field. So now we have the big-bodied guy who can come over the middle for the intermediate passes. He's also fast as fuck. He can run deep. We also have Romeo Doubs, who's been injured for the last however many weeks, who's also fast as fuck and can be your slot guy to throw down the sidelines. Perfect combination. Guess what? We also have a tank of a running back in A.J. Dillon, who, when used effectively...
He actually finally looked good Sunday
when
night.
Used effectively, looks great. Also have Aaron Jones. Dump off king. Can shift through any defensive line out there, I think. And the reason I think Rodgers is choosing not to take the surgery is because he is scared that if he takes the surgery, he'll sit. Jordan Love will become the starter, and the Packers will want to trade Rodgers.
Yeah, but don't you think he wants out?
I don't know. I really don't.
I don't know where.
But
he
I
would
also
go,
think
though.
if
Who would
he,
take him?
I
Pause. Time out. Can I interject?
go for it.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. The Lions trade for Rodgers. No, that would never fucking happen. But hear me out. Let's rephrase that. How fucking crazy would it be if the Lions traded for Rodgers, drafted a quarterback to sit behind Rodgers for a year, and then Rodgers has all these weapons: Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, DJ Chark, DeAndre Swift on the backfield, Jamal relinked with Jamal Williams, a decent defense, and the Lions go to the playoffs, and their first playoff win since 1991 is with the guy that has just destroyed them for the past 12 plus years.
That
How
will never
fucking
happen.
nuts. No, it'll never happen, but how nuts.
I think I think
Texans,
Rodgers is more
Texans
scared
is really bad, though.
because of the fact that if he would sit and we would then trade him, it would basically be us saying, listen, we're done with you. Jordan Love is a starter now, so it would make him look like he's not a good quarterback anymore. And that's what he's scared about, is his ego
What he needs to
and
do?
his look.
He needs to retire and go do Jeopardy, think about your future, and then pull a Favre if you want. Come back and go win with another team. But the future is here. Jordan Love looked great. He sat behind Rodgers for, 2 years now?
3
years now. He's ready. He's younger.
He's
looks
not
gonna bitch about-
miles ahead of what he looked like last year in the
Exactly.
2
He's not
games he
gonna-
played, whatever.
He's not going to bitch about, my receivers and drops and He's not going to do that. He's going to make everybody else around him better because there's going to be chemistry. He's going to have chemistry with these young guys. He can relate to them. Think about trying to talk to Aaron Rodgers in that locker room. You can't. I guarantee they don't have conversations. I bet he just goes to practice, does his shit, and leaves. Did you see? Yeah. When Christian Watson scored his first touchdown, what did Rodgers say? Nothing. No. I think he said nice or something. No, you should be hugging that kid and saying, great job. I knew it was coming. Glad I could finally get you one. He's a terrible mentor at this point. Hopefully Jordan Love soaked up all the ounce of anything good that Rodgers has left. But as a Lions fan, I can see Jordan Love beating up on us for the next 10 years unless we go get our guy.
I have 3 things left to say. One, I just think that Love, he showed the pocket presence. He was able to make his reads and everything. Just looked way more composed than he had in the past. 2, hot take. I think this team could legitimately win 13 games with Jordan Love at quarterback next year, with once our defense gets fully back healthy, and if we go out and get another wide receiver or something like that. And then 3, I just hope that the Lions get a quarterback that's good, so we can have some competitive football once again. And yeah,
hey, we beat you this year.
Once. Jordan Love could win Week 18.
That's the thing. If he plays Week 18, I think you have a better shot at winning than if Rodgers does. Honestly.
I think so too.
Yeah, Jordan Love was fun. It sucks that he was fun to watch because I'm supposed to hate the Packers.
Well, and I
think I more just hate Rodgers. I don't really hate the Packers as a whole.
I watched the first half of the game. I turned it off for a little bit in the third quarter, and then I saw that Love was in. I was like, I have to watch this now. Jordan Love is in, and most electric part of the entire season so far.
Yep.
Which is saying a lot considering we were down 14 at the time.
The fact there's a reason that it was electric and you lost. It's because your young guy looked great. You need to give the young guy a shot. But you can't bench Rodgers. So that's why, you're not supposed to say this, but maybe he, hopefully he gets hurt and then Jordan Love gets to come in because he kind of
didn't talk about how this was set up exactly the way Rodgers took over for Favre.
It's literally the same thing. It's insane. And it's scary because I think that the Packers are going to be good again. And it's stupid and dumb, and I want the Lions to win the division once, and I don't know if it'll happen. So let's hit the rest of these quick because we have gone along. I'm officially a member of the Overs Club.
You didn't even touch on the Lions, by the way.
Oh, fuck. All right, we'll do Over Club first. Lions, I'll go quick then. Damn it, I wanted to go long. I'll go quick. So the Overs Club, Barstool Sportsbook, does this thing where it's usually big holidays like Thanksgiving. I think they did it for bowl games at one point or something.
They usually do it for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they just, for Thanksgiving games, they just added up all the overs and they said, okay, bet over this amount. And if the bet hits, you get a nice jacket. It's a sweet starter jacket. And since I'm in the club, it obviously hit. So it was a double whammy because I won my bet and I got the jacket. It's on the way. It's fucking sick. I've been waiting for this. I missed out on the one that Frankie got.
Welcome to the club.
Yep. Frankie's been there for a year now. 2 years? 2 years.
About a year and a half, yeah.
Yep. So I'm finally
It's
in
been
there.
lonely in here.
Finally in there. There was one, the last one they did I didn't like, so I didn't do it. And it actually missed. So this one I said, fuck it, I'm doing it no matter what, and got in. So Lions real quick. They looked good. I cannot complain. They played the Bills on Thursday, and they looked good. The only complaint I would have is the play calling down the stretch and maybe the clock management. But honestly, when you think about the clock management, why didn't Campbell use his timeouts and try to score a touchdown? Dude, if you use your timeouts and get stopped and held to a field goal, you're going to give Josh Allen a minute and a half. Look what he ended up doing with 20 seconds.
I will take partial responsibility for this loss.
Why is that?
Once the Lions scored on that last drive or whatever, did they score on the last drive or did they punt? To give him back the ball with 20 seconds.
They kicked a field goal to tie it.
Yeah, so it happened, and I said, man, you guys left too much time for Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's right. It's funny that you said that because that's exactly what I said to my dad. I looked over and I said, this is too much time for Josh Allen. And then the text came. But I'm not even mad. I mean, the Bills are a great team. They kind of had home field advantage in a way if you think about it. They just played there last week. We were on the road. They didn't stay in town, which shocked me. I thought they would have just got a hotel and stayed for the 3 days or whatever. But it was heartbreaking. But I'm used to it now on Thanksgiving. And but it's all good, man. We look good. Jameson Williams might be back this week. That's fucking exciting. And, dude, honestly, Jared Goff is not a bad quarterback. We've got him for another year. And our pick from the Rams is now number 3 overall, and I don't think it's going to get any worse. I think we're going to have a top 5 pick from the Rams and wherever we end up. And there's a million things you can do with those. You can trade both picks for an established quarterback like Lamar Jackson. Or you can trade one of those picks and move up and, go defense and wait till next year. I don't know. It's amazing. We've got a fun team to watch right now that's winning games and keeping it close. Their only losses are to teams above 500, by the way. Fun fact. Which never happens. And that's about it there. I mean, I'm not even mad. I mean, it was fun to watch. It kept me interested. I bonded with my cousin's new boyfriend. That was good. It's always awkward when the cousin has a new boyfriend on Thanksgiving, But we just talked about the Lions and bitched about the Lions. So we'll hit this quick. Bucks are dead. Tom Brady is no longer back, but it's not really his fault. I'm glad you added that point. I was going to write that. Todd Bowles is a fucking idiot and a shitty coach. Why are you playing so conservative when you've got Tom Brady as your fucking quarterback? What was it? It was like 4th and 2 or 3 or something, and he punted?
Well, yeah, so they asked him why he decided to not use his timeouts and run the ball instead of throwing with Tom Brady and then using his timeouts. And his answer was, well, it could have been an interception. I'm sorry. Do you know who your quarterback is?
Right.
One of the guys that's led the most fourth quarter comebacks ever.
What's crazy, though, is that they're still going to make the playoffs because the NFC South is so bad. They just got to beat out the Falcons. He's still going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFC South, by the way, the Bucs lost to the Browns in overtime, and Deshaun's back this week. I don't think I'm an asshole for saying this, but I'm excited to see what Deshaun looks like and plays like. Is he going to be in shape? Is he going to make the throws, or is he going to suck? You know what I mean?
Sorry, I got stuck in a text.
Motherfucker, pay attention. You got 20 more minutes, maybe. Last point about NFL that I had was that the Saints need to play Jameis Winston. Andy Dalton is awful. Awful. He won a couple games, but honestly, he only won because Kamara. He got the ball off to Kamara, and Kamara just did work in that last game. It was that one he had 3-4 touchdowns. When Kamara, when teams shut down Kamara, he's trash. So they need to play Jameis, or you added in Taysom. I don't disagree with that. But I think you leave Taysom as that quadruple threat where he can play anywhere, and you just let Jameis go. Jameis was doing fine before he got injured. He's definitely healed up now.
They're not even using Taysom at all.
They did target him once in the red zone for a touchdown. I did see that. But, I mean, I don't know. Saints are just bad. And I don't even think they have good picks left either. I think they traded their first-round pick. The Eagles have their first-round pick. That's right. Because the Eagles were trying to trade them their first back for Kamara.
Yes.
Yep. So let's do Paige's picks. Let's try to roll here because we're already at an hour. Let me load mine up here. Where the hell is it? Bills and Patriots. Oh, sorry. Let me do the records. You're still in first at 98, 80, and 1. You went 8 and 8 over the weekend. Still in second. I'm still in second at 94, 84, and 1. 7 and 9 last week. And Paige still in last, but creeping back. 92, 86, and 1. 8 and 8 last week. Everybody's above 500. And we're all within 6 games. I'm only 4 back of you. Paige is 2 back of me. So anybody's matchup still. We still got, week 14, week 13, week 13.
Week 13.
14. So anybody's game at this point. Let's start. Bills and Patriots.
Paige says Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
I'm also taking the Bills.
Me too. I mean, the Patriots look like they could sneak into the playoffs, but Bills they're good. Packers, Bears.
She has the Packers. I also have the Packers.
If Justin Fields was healthy, I would take the Bears, but I don't think he's going to play, so I'm taking the Packers. Hopefully Jordan Love plays. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully Rodgers. Well, actually, Rodgers said he's going to play.
LaFleur said if Rodgers is able, he's playing.
Yep. Steelers, Falcons.
Paige has the Falcons, and I want the Steelers. I think Kenny Pickett looked decent last night.
Kenny Pickett did look decent last night, but I've got the Falcons at home.
All right.
Jaguars and Lions.
Paige has the Lions.
Hey, let's go. Yeah. And Frankie has the
Jags.
You motherfucker. God damn it. Yeah, I'm taking the Lions here, especially if Jameson Williams plays. If he plays, guess what I'm doing? I'm doing a same-game parlay, and I'm doing Jameson Williams over 100 receiving yards and Lions money line. Book it. Do you know the odds on that? Do you know what those odds are going to be? Over 100 yards in his first game?
Do you think wide receiver 2 is going to get 100 yards?
I think it's worth a shot. I'm not saying I'm going to put. I might throw like half. I don't even have units anymore. You know what? I'm retired. So when I come out of retirement, you know it's a good bet. We got to make that a thing. Tubbs' unretired parlay or something like that. Yep, so I got the Lions. Jets and Vikings.
Paige has the Jets.
She doesn't know, though. Mike White, though. You never know. Vikings don't have a good defense. Vikings do not have a good defense.
Give me Mike White.
Really?
Yes.
Oof.
It is a 1:00 game.
No, you know what?
Put that out there.
Give me the Vikings. Mike White did this last year, and he tricked me. He had one good week, then he went out and he got injured. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get injured, but it's still the Vikings. The Vikings are still a good team. They've got a great offense.
Pretty good.
No, I know, but you can't not take the Vikings at home. I hope I don't look like an idiot. It'd be so annoying if you guys both hit the Jets. It'd be crazy underdogs, too. Commanders, Giants.
Paige has the Commanders, and I don't hate this, but I'm going to go with the Giants.
I'm taking the Commanders. The Giants are such fucking frauds. It's unbelievable. They're so bad. I don't know how the fuck they squeaked out all those wins. Titans, Eagles. This should be a fun game. This is one of my 3 fun games of the week.
Paige has the Titans. She's on all the dogs this week. I'm taking the Eagles.
The dogs. I got the Eagles too. They just when they need it, they get it. Broncos, Ravens.
What do you think Paige has?
She better have the Ravens.
She has the Broncos.
Oh my God. Well, she doesn't look at records anymore, and she obviously doesn't know that Russell Wilson can't cook. So
I'm taking the Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens as well. Browns and Texans. Deshaun Watson's return to Houston. Well,
she's
return
on the
to
Browns.
Any pro football.
I'm also on the Browns, though I think this game could get weird.
Yeah, I thought that too, especially with Deshaun Watson not playing an NFL game in 700 days. But you can't. It's the Texans, so give me the Browns. Seahawks, Rams.
Paige says, Ope, no longer a Ram. Seahawks.
Wow. That's crazy. That's great. Watch them win now, too.
I know. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me Geno all day. Sad I had to sit my boy Geno now. I had to put in Deshaun this week. I already said Seahawks, right? Yeah, Geno. Yep. Dolphins, 49ers. This is my fun game number 2.
Yeah, this game's going to be electric. I trust Tua more than Jimmy G, so I'm going to take the Dolphins. Paige also has the Dolphins.
I figured. I'm going to go ahead and take the 49ers. They did not look good against the Saints at home, but their defense is really good. I think they can slow down one of the receivers. I don't think it's possible to even stop both of them. But Christian McCaffrey, too, he doesn't have to split reps anymore. As long as he stays healthy, he could have a day. Give me the Niners.
Fun game number 3.
Chiefs and Bengals, fun game number 3. Don't know how. I don't know how this isn't your Sunday night game. Like, how do you not flex that?
Yeah, what is the Sunday night?
Colts and Cowboys. It's idiotic.
Could it still get flexed?
No, they have to do it 2 weeks ahead of time.
Paige is taking the Chiefs. I'm taking the Bengals.
I took the Bengals as well. Jamar Chase's return, possibly. The Chiefs are due for a loss. And, sorry, I got to stop trying to read this group text. Yeah, Bengals. Chargers, Raiders.
Paige has the Chargers. I'm going to take the Raiders. I think we get a small bounce back here. Even though
the Raiders
their
just
season's
won.
pretty much, I know. But I'm saying,
What are
I
you
think we
talking
get
about?
a small streak going, sorry.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
They looked really fucking good last week.
They did look great. Their defense didn't look good. But their offense looked like it can do some shit. I'm still going to take the Chargers, though. Justin Herbert is just showing he's good. They have a decent defense. I think they get a stop. Like, the Seahawks couldn't get a stop. See, but the Seahawks have a good defense, too. That game was just weird.
Not really.
Seahawks have a good defense. They don't have a great defense. They don't have a bad defense. They have a good defense. Colts and Cowboys on Sunday night for some reason. You know this game's going to fucking suck.
Paige has the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys.
I have the Cowboys as well. Saints and Bucks Monday night. Another shitty fucking game. Why didn't this get flexed? Who are you taking?
Paige has the Saints. I have the Bucks.
I'm going to take the Saints. I'm going to take a chance and hope that Jameis starts.
That would be tricky.
And we decided we're not doing any more of these, what do you call it? What's the term for this?
A condition?
No conditional picks. So I'm just going to take the Saints straight up and hope that Jameis plays. But just know, if Andy Dalton's going to play, don't go bet on the Saints because you heard Tubbs say Saints. Because they will lose and they will not cover.
Before we get any further, I was scrolling down on Paige's note.
Yep.
And at the bottom, there's 4 hashtags. It says hashtag I don't know, hashtag confused, hashtag some of the ones I picked suck, I think, hashtag go team. Then she said roulette number 6.
Really?
She wants a roulette number.
All right, you remember that. You remember 6. We're going to do 5 today. I'm going to take 2, and then you'll take 2, and we'll do Paige's 1. So she wants 6. Okay. Let's do not bet list quick. I've got Vandy spread, because why the fuck ever would you do that? And I also did Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. I had a 4-leg anytime touchdown parlay, paid out nice, and I had Derrick Henry in it, who was heavily favored to score a touchdown. And he went ahead and fumbled on the 2, and it got recovered by Westbrook. And then he proceeded to not score that game. Minus 160. I should never take anytime touchdown that juiced. I should have known. I should have seen it coming.
They get juicy at this time of the year.
Right. And it's Derrick Henry, too. Like, get to the goal line, he's going to score. But just seeing that, and then it ended up being the only leg I missed, I was pissed. So I'll never take him again. What do you got?
Yeah, I had 4. First one was a big one. I said any bets that you have to place in advance because you're leaving a legal gambling state. That's on my do not bet list, as you could tell from my previous weekend of betting. I had Thanksgiving Day games / holiday games, just some fuck shit happens, and not really about it. I had live betting drive props, so like how the drives are going to end. I bet on 2 of them in the Packer game.
Those are tricky because you can, if you're on, you're on. But I feel like if you're going to lose, you're going to lose. There's no.
Well, so
there's no
I
breaking.
looked at how the drives went for the Packers Eagles, and it was like touchdown, touchdown, turnover, touchdown, turnover, touchdown, turnover, turnover, touchdown. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take touchdown and turnover. And then they punted, and I was like, perfect, I won. Nope, punt is one of the ones you could take. First punt of the night fucked me in almost halftime. So
nice.
And then my last one was first touchdown bets, especially long shots. I don't think I've hit one of those yet this year. So
Start thinking about your numbers. We're in right now.
okay, I'm gonna
so we got
take
6. I'm doing 8.
Okay, so we got 6,
6,
8.
8. I'm doing 22.
Okay, I'll take 24
24.
and 30.
30. All right. 6, 8, 22, 24, 30.
Let's get a big one here.
This is for 3 weeks in a row, by the way. We've hit 2 in a row. Let's see if we can make it 3. That'd be electric. Give us a lightning
2
number.
boosted.
1, 36.
36.
Nothing boosted,
Wow,
but that's
opposite
okay.
ends.
That's okay. Just give us one of our numbers here. Oh. 8!
8!
3 weeks in a row!
We are on
Let's
fire.
go! Heating up.
Get
What
hot.
the hell? You're kidding me, dude. Do you want to go again or no? Yeah, we have to. Pick one number. Pick one number.
2.
All right. I did 30.
Okay.
I put
You stopped the stream. I can't see.
oh shit, sorry. Here, I got you. I put 5 on each this time. Go big or
boy.
go home. That's awesome, dude. 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row.
Let's go. Give us one of these. What'd you take? Did you take 3?
2.
Oh, 3 was
Damn it.
200x. All right, so we got 2 and 30. 2 just hit like 3 spins ago.
Oh, I wish I would have known that. Actually, that's okay.
Oh my god,
Oh
did you
my
see
God.
it? Oh, you son of a bitch.
Dude, it
Danced
was
all
in
over
2.
it. Danced all over it. Danced all over the 2. Sorry, I forgot you guys can't see. All right, we're going to close that out. So you just got $25. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's fucking awesome. 3 weeks in a row.
Heater.
3 weeks in a row. Oh, man, that's so dope. Weekend preview. Tubbs is traveling to Grand Rapids for Frankie's birthday celebration. It's going to be a great time. Friday, you doing anything Friday? I don't think I'm doing anything Friday.
Working.
I might do something on Friday, actually. Yeah, obviously going to work. So that is 3 in a row now on the roulette spins. I don't know what got into us. Ever since we started doing multiple numbers, dude. That's the way.
Yep.
I think we should keep doing that. Get one from Paige every week, and then we each do 2. That's easy money. So anything else?
You don't have anything.
All right. Let me. Oh, nope. Never mind. All right. Have a great week, everybody. Let's hit some tanks, throw some tutties. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a review, and we'll see you next week for our 4th roulette number in a row. See ya.